So 2016 has been a pretty good year for shooters in general, but October might be the best month for that ever in video game history. I can't recall 3 potential AAA shooters with such high quality being released in the same month before. If you guys can, then let me know. But anyway, just alone this month, there has been 3 big games which have been highly anticipated, and a lot of you guys will be playing for months to come from now. They are Gears of War 4, Battlefield 1, and TitanFall 2. So today I thought I'd do a comparison of these games and show you a little bit of why there's a lot of hype surrounding these games, and perhaps maybe interest you into one of them. But anyway, if you guys enjoy the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for future content, because your support means everything to me. And yeah, let's just get started with the video. So starting off by the game that was released first is Gears of War 4. It's an exclusive to Xbox One, which was released on October 11. Gears of War 4 being the 4th edition to the series, or 5th I guess if you count Gears of War Judgment. But either way, most diehard Gears of War fans have been highly anticipating the release of this game, and I've personally been playing Gears of War since the first one. I've always loved it. I felt Judgment was a little bit different for my taste. Even though I didn't hate it, I still thought it didn't feel like a Gears of War game to me, and for the most part I think the community felt the same way as well. So here's Coalition Studios' chance to bring back the series to its roots and original form. So starting off with its campaign, of course, no spoilers. I'll also try to make this brief. Gears of War 3 was the end of that trilogy, the original trilogy of the first 3 games. So Coalition Studio has a fresh start here, and even in the beginning there are some flashbacks of major events of the Gears series in case you're really a newcomer and just don't understand what's going on. So the campaign introduces new enemies, which also require new strategies for them, which is nice since we're accustomed to the Locust by now. Also, it being a new Gears of War game, you have to expect there's a lot of new interesting weapons, and playing with them will always be fun. So another great thing that I noticed while playing is that there is a lot of variety, so you're not doing the same thing for too long, which is a great thing. And overall the campaign is around 8 to 10 hours long, and it was a very enjoyable ride. Not only does the game's graphics impress, but the action going on the screen is sometimes really intense. Let's just say I think we'll probably see this game competing for a lot of Action Games of the Year award and a lot of people's list. Overall, the campaign I felt was very well put together, and perhaps it's gonna start a new trilogy, which I highly welcome. The campaign is filled and just overflowing with content. Of course though, we can't talk Gears of War without multiplayer, and this game definitely doesn't disappoint. The game just feels fine-tuned and balanced, which makes the flow of the multiplayer feel great. There's even an esport push with a focus there for all you hardcore Gears of War fans. For multiplayer options, fans can expect Versus, Horde mode, which are all back and all still great. In Versus, there are 10 maps with some returning fan favorites like Gridlock, but I'm glad to say the multiplayer is back to feeling like Gears of War, and it being a standout to all the other shooters out there, which is something I feel needs to be mentioned. Gears of War in general is unique, and I don't think it needs to copy anyone. Next is Battlefield 1, which was released on October 21st. This is probably the most hyped for game this month and probably this whole year. Battlefield 1 being one of the biggest games this year has a lot to live up to considering the amount of hype surrounding it. Let me just tell you, it lives up to its hype and exceeds it. The amount of positive things in this game is overwhelming, just like its content. Alright, briefly going over the story, it's told through the point of view of soldiers in World War I. The story shows the emotions and realistic tone of the war while being fun at the same time. The sense of scale and realism in Battlefield has always been bar setting high, with DICE always outdoing themselves with each addition they make to the series. The campaign varies in length, maybe 40 to 60 minutes per the 6 story missions you have available, and I just have to say Battlefield 1 definitely stepped up their game with their story, because I've always felt it was underwhelming compared to the multiplayer. Now I feel it's something everybody who has the game should try. As for the multiplayer, it's Battlefield and it's as intense as ever. Battlefield's large scale battles, 64 players online, dogfighting in the air, destructible environment, it's all there and it's better than before. Oh, did I also mention dynamic weather? Battlefield is on its own level, and the amount of immersion you get from the game is crazy. Also, the setting is unique, and combining that with the Battlefield experience, then you have something you don't want to miss. If you haven't played Battlefield 1, I highly recommend you do, and I hope to be making more videos on this game because it really deserves its praise and hype. Last but not least is TitanFall 2, which was released on October 28th. This game is really fun, and I hope it doesn't get buried with the competition it's going against. With Battlefield 1 coming out last week, COD 4 and Infinite Warfare coming out the week after, I just hope people really check this game out. Me not playing the first one because I only had a PS4 at the time, I jumped into this game not knowing what to expect, and here's me coming out saying I was pleasantly surprised. So this time around they added a single player mode, which was something they were missing from the original TitanFall. I haven't finished the story mode yet because I'm invested into the multiplayer, but from what I did play, it was interesting enough for me to come back to it later. So let me know what you guys feel about the single player and if it's great or not. Anyway, as for the multiplayer, it's non-stop action. The pace of this game is always on like a green light, and it really fits me and my playstyle, which is why I immediately love this game. The game's movement is smooth and it feels natural for even a beginner like me. I know I'm not the greatest at this game, but I find this game fun enough for me to actually want to play it and become better. Alright guys, so October really is packed with a lot of great first-person shooter games. Each has their own unique style, but the question is, which one do you think is the best and why? So let me know down below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, like the video and subscribe, as your support means everything to me. And I'm always looking to improve, and if you guys haven't noticed already, this is my very first commentary ever. So you guys can try to help me get better with any tips you may have. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.